Don Pierce, and I live in the Highlands neighborhood, which is a very small subset of Lake Highlands. It's about 160 homes that are in a neighborhood bounded by Royal Lane on the north, Abrams Road on the east side, and really by the green belt that borders White Rock Creek on the west side. Number one strength to me is it's a very friendly, caring neighborhood. We've got a very strong homeowners group. We have nice parties, 4th of July, Oktoberfest, Christmas parties. Even our annual meeting for our homeowners group, we make it into a party. And we have, dozens and dozens of people come to it. But because it's also got a good school system, with a good elementary school, easy access to so many of these places people go, and it's kind of a little bit out of the way, too. Lake Highlands is not that well known. Anybody moves to Dallas in the last 20 years, they're never shown Lake Highlands. It used to be shown Plano, and now they're shown Frisco. And so we're pretty well sheltered, and I really think it's the best kept secret in Dallas. On our street, which is Timber Hollow Circle, even add to the ambiance by having a special theme for Christmas. And we have 14 homes, so the original neighbors that built the first house there decided, wouldn't it be nice if we took a theme like the 12 Days of Christmas? And so they got together with some neighbors and they built some very attractive wooden cutouts for each day of Christmas. A partridge in a pear tree, 3 French hens. We're 4 calling birds, and they're well done. Ours are like 8 foot by 8 foot, very nice done. And as you get 12 drummers drumming, it's a huge display. And those displays stay with the house. Even when a house is sold, those stay. And people who buy it always put them out at Christmas time for the whole month of December, along with usually several thousand lights on the house to go with it. It's kind of like just known. Nobody really says anything. It just happens. The Sunday after Thanksgiving, people start putting out their decorations and their display for the 12 days theme. And I know the first few years I was in the house, that started about 20 years ago, when I first moved in, we would have about 200 cars a night drive through the neighborhood to look at this 12 days street. In fact, you may have heard of the 12 days display at the Arboretum. It's been there the last 2 days. It's beautiful. It's like a multi-million-dollar display of 12 gazebos built for each day of Christmas from the same song. And the guy that was behind it for the Arboretum happened to be a friend of mine. And when I went to visit the first time, I saw his name on the brochure. I called him up. I said, Tom, that is very well done. I really enjoyed visiting the 12 days thing at the Arboretum. He said, really? He said, so why were you so interested? I said, well, our street does the same thing. It has done it for over 25 years. He said, that's really something. He said, I'm glad you called. He said, I saw your street on a Christmas light tour many years ago. That's where I had the idea for the Arboretum. So interesting that we were kind of the genesis of the beautiful thing at the Arboretum.
So around here, what are some points of interest or neighborhood landmarks?
The main one for us is Royal Oaks Country Club. It's just the other side of the White Rock Creek greenbelt. So many neighbors belong to Royal Oaks. So we've got pretty much all we need within easy driving distance, which also keeps the neighborhood feeling better because we all go to the same places. You go to Mia Casino, you'll see for dinner on Sunday night, you'll see 6 families there. You go to JG's for a hamburger, you'll know half the folks there. Royal Oaks, even more that way. So it gives you a little bit of a small town feel within a big city. In fact, I consider Lake Highlands like a village, but it's surrounded by Dallas. But we have our own identity, and most people consider the Lake Highlands High School as really the center of Lake Highlands.
If there was one thing that you'd want people to kind of come away from watching this knowing about Lake Highlands, what would it be?
It's kind of like out of the past. You don't see it as much anymore in the big city, but because people stay here for a long time, some for their whole career, and so that gives you the continuity you need to have deeper friendships. It almost builds in some accountability, like a small town would do. You kind of know a lot of people. You need to behave, and so I think people do. I think it's worked out to be a good combination. We still go to Lake Highlands High School football game, even though our kids have been grown for 20 years.
Anything else you'd want people to know about it?
Just know it's great, but we don't want it to be too highly publicized because we like it the way it is now.
Perfect. Can you say your name one more time and what neighborhood we've been
Yes, my name is Don Pierce, and I'm a resident at the Highlands neighborhood here in Lake Highlands.